It's quite a pleasure to see you all here. And we're indeed going to start today, because we're talking about technology, we're going to start with a survey that we're carrying amongst our member bodies to actually see what is their vision of technology and what is it that they're doing to help the profession and society at large with technology. But it's a technology day, right? So we thought we also were going to use technology to engage with you, the audience. And I hope this is not going to stay only with technology and that there will be people raising up and speaking directly like human beings, because at the end of the day, we are human beings, aren't we? So we're going to be using Slido for communicating with the team here and the speakers. And I'm sure a lot of you have already used Slido, so you may have the app on your iPhone. If you don't, whatever tool you use, a tablet, a PC, or an iPhone, just follow the link here. I'm not going to click on the screen like kids clicking on paper these days, because it doesn't work. But it's a very simple website address, sli.do. So please go there. You're going to be requested for a code, and you just type square 2110. And that is going to help you send us feedback, ask questions to the speakers, and it's also going to enable us to ask you questions. So let's start with a kind of test question, just to make sure that everybody is already mastering the technology. And let's go for a very simple question. Can you just tell us where you're from, ladies and gentlemen? So go on to the website, type the code, square 2110, even numbers that I can remember, and tell us where you're from. So 30 of you have responded. It seems that the room is mastering technology, but I think we've got more people here, so please tell us where you're from. There are more substantial questions to follow, so don't worry. It seems that Belgium is a little bit overrepresented here today. No surprise. Belgium is a country, at least Brussels is a city where 50% of the population is not from Belgium. That's my case, and that's the case of all my colleagues in the team. So no wonder that Belgium is overrepresented. I think the test is working well, so thank you very much for answering this first extremely difficult question. Now, I would like now to ask you a question that we have actually covered in a survey that I just mentioned of our member bodies' activities. And according to you in the room, and it's going to be interesting because we asked exactly the same question to our member bodies in this technology barometer that we're running for the second year today. Well, is technology an opportunity to reinvent the accountancy profession? Is it a serious challenge requiring significant changes, an existential threat, or is it just business as usual? We've been moving along with technology for a long time, and if I look at the accountancy profession, it has always adapted, to new technology. So maybe it is business as usual, unless, already before we have had the conversations we're going to have today, you conclude that it is definitely not business as usual anymore. So, what do you think? 65 responses, a few more. And I think it would be interesting now to compare your answers in the room with that of the survey that we carried out of our member bodies. And I'm going to try to be using technology as well now. That's a good start. Here we are. So the impact of technology on the profession, as seen by our members' institute, is, first of all, an opportunity to improve our services. And it's quite interesting to look at these results, because this is the second year we're carrying this technology barometer. And last year, I think 56% of our member bodies thought primarily that it was an opportunity to improve our services. So this is a sign that the profession is really harnessing new technologies to get better at what it does. Like many of you in the room, a large number of our members think that there is an opportunity here to reinvent the profession. Nonetheless, I think it is quite clear that there are serious challenges that are coming with new technologies. And that's also partly what we're going to be talking about today. We live in a society today where trust is probably reaching a bottom low. And this is the key contribution that the accountancy profession can make to both markets and society to provide trust. And we'll be hearing about this issue in a moment, actually. But I think these are, compared to last year, extremely encouraging results. So what are the top 3 activities that our member bodies have been carrying out last year? Well, training is obviously something that is extremely important. So we've had a lot of training going on. Conferences like this one, because I think it is clear in our member bodies that there is a need to raise awareness of the profound impact that technology will have. And this is actually, in terms of raising awareness, not the only thing today, welcoming you at this event, that we're doing. We also have, and invite you to go on our website, where we have a technology hub, as we call it. And that's a place where our member bodies have the possibility to post and share all their best practices and the things that they do to support the profession. So that's our contribution also on raising awareness. Surveys and interviews to try to get a better understanding of the changes at stake is also a key activity undertaken by the profession. But what we see when we compare last year and this year is that there is a significant increase in training and conferences. Now, moving at the challenges, I mentioned raising awareness, which is seen as a bigger challenge this year than it was last year, which, to my view, is indicating a growing understanding of what technology is doing, is impacting, how it's impacting the profession. But there is also now growingly legislative intervention that actually tinkers with what technology is doing. Everybody, I'm sure, especially in this town, has heard about GDPR. Like me, I'm sure you've received thousands of emails asking whether you were GDPR ready. Well, beyond these emails, I think we've done also our share organizing webinars to help SME accountants and our smaller institutes to be GDPR ready. So that also, I think, is one of the key effects of technology. And we will continue running this technology barometer to continue monitoring the progress in the profession and the vision that the profession develops of technology as we go. And I think that's a nice scene setter for today's conference. Now we're going to start the conversation for real. And we're going to have, as Edelfried Schneider, our president, mentioned, quite a number of fascinating conversations today, including for you the possibility to split in smaller groups and discuss detailed questions on how technology is changing the audit and assurance landscape, on how it's impacting reporting, and on how it can be leveraged when it comes to taxation. But next to that, we thought it was important to address the more fundamental questions around trust, around ethics in technology, and also look at RegTech. And we're going to have a moderator to stimulate the discussion in the panels. Those of you who have attended the previous Digital Day already know Jyoti Barneji. Jyoti is, well, what is he exactly? I'm not quite sure, actually. Jyoti is a strategist. Jyoti has been a technology entrepreneur. Jyoti is with the IRC. Jyoti is also an impact investor, is a friend, but I think primarily is an intelligent person, and his intelligence is anything but artificial. So you'll see that he will be there to moderate the panel and for you, make the best of our speakers today. Before that, it's a great pleasure for me, actually, to welcome Mr. Philippe Araou on stage. Philippe has been one of the front runners on this whole issue of the impact of technology on the accountancy profession. He is a board member of the International Federation of Accountants, and he's also today the managing partner of BDO in France. Philippe has, like us at Accountancy Europe, always been very careful and interested into issues surrounding SMEs. And for SMEs, technology is a huge impact and a fantastic opportunity. So Philippe, we're very interested to hear what you have to tell us on trust and technology. The floor is yours. Thank you.